right, today on Tight Ship Mama, we're going to talk all about estate sales. Stick around. Hi, welcome back to Tight Ship Mama. My name is Gina. On this channel, I talk about running your home like a tight ship, and we do this with budgeting, decluttering, meal planning, implementing routines, and a little personal development. So while I am a thrifter and a frugal mama, I still love decor and decorating. And one of the ways I decorate my home on a budget is I hit estate sales. So today we're going to talk a little bit about estate sales, teach you where to find them and what to look for when you're actually shopping estate sales. We're going to start with this sofa that I'm sitting on right here. This was one of my finds from an estate sale 2 houses down. My neighborhood is in transition right now. We are only the second owners of this house, and it was built in 1966. So the whole neighborhood was built in the 60s and the 70s, so there's still a few original owners hanging around. And those original owners are my people. That mid-century modern stuff, that's my jam. And I mix in a little bit of blue and white, which I picked up from my mom, the love of all things blue and white. So anyway, I had about 15, 20 minutes before my son's birthday party, and my sister-in-law was here, and we saw the balloons and the sign, and I said to her, I really want to get to that estate sale because I have a feeling it's going to have good stuff, because the house was listed for sale, and you can see their furniture when you go through the pictures on Zillow. So there's a tip for you that you might want to hit an estate sale by looking at houses on Zillow. So anyway, we go down, all the kids are on their scooters. We've got like 5 kids trudging down. Like, we look like a band of gypsies going to this estate sale. And I am actually in it's like a 3-season room on their back porch there, enclosed. And they had a complete wrought iron vintage patio set. So I'm immediately texting my other sister-in-law because she had just bought a house. And I'm like, listen, they have this wrought iron set. I think it was $125 for the whole set. And I already have it. If you've seen my patio tour, you know my whole back patio is all wrought iron vintage. And you just can't buy this stuff new for these prices. And these are pieces that you are going to hand down to your kids. I mean, you can repaint them different colors. It's classic. It's going to stand the test of time. So you buy it once and you buy it right. So anyway, so I'm like texting my sister-in-law about this patio furniture. Meanwhile, I hear my other sister-in-law in the living room, and she says something like, uh-oh. And I'm immediately thinking, okay, what kid broke something, and which one of us is responsible for paying for it? But instead, I walk in, and she's staring at this couch. And so I walk in, and I say, well, which one of us is going to get it? And she says, I don't have any room for it. And I said, oh, it's mine. So then we begin the process of lugging the sofa across my neighbor's front lawn. My other neighbors are coming out like, what are you doing? And, you know, my taste is not everybody's taste, but I love my taste, and it's original, it's timeless, it's good quality stuff. So even if this velvet green sofa is not your taste, don't rule out estate sales. This is only what I look for. They have all sorts of styles when you go to estate sales, because estate sales might be that someone has passed on and the children are selling off the remains of the estate. It might be that someone went into a nursing home. It could be divorce. It could be downsizing. It could just be a serial decorator that changed her taste. And you're going to win big when you shop those estate sales. So just look at furniture for the lines. Like, this is timeless, classic lines of this sofa. And you can always slip cover this. And I think I paid, I'm guessing a little bit on the prices. I'm going to say $175 on the very high end. I don't even think it was that much. And then they did have cats in that house. So I'm allergic to cats. So I put it in my garage and I had it professionally cleaned. And the cleaning was maybe another $125. So we're talking all in $300. You can't shop at IKEA for a couch for $300. And this couch is probably 40 or 50 years old. And I bet if I take care of it, I could get another 30 years out of this couch, because it was very well taken care of. It was in a living room that you could tell they probably never went in. And One of the other perks of shopping estate sales is that you're going to get really good furniture for a really good price. So this furniture is Drexel Heritage. And I'm going to link below in the description box an article that I found on the top 6 brands that you should be looking for when you shop estate sales and secondhand. And Drexel Heritage is one of them because it is such great quality furniture made in North Carolina and the good old US of A. And it's going to last probably the rest of my time here in this house. So that's one of the perks of that. And my sister-in-law did get the patio set too. So she's loving that. She put some new cushions on it. It's looking great. So anyway, where do you find estate sales if it's not down the street from your house? You can go to estatesales.net, .org, and .com, and that will bring up a page where you just type in your zip code and you can find estate sales going on in your area. So the other perk is that I am a tree-hugging hippie freak at heart, and I really believe that your wallet and the planet are very much linked. So every year, there's approximately 9 million tons of furniture that gets dumped into landfills in the United States. So if you could just buy secondhand for just a few items in your home, you're going to be, pushing off the inevitable, but at least you're doing your part a little bit right now for the earth. And you're going to pay like pennies for this great quality furniture that's going to last you another 30 years. Estate sales are another great place when you were just looking for basic stuff. If you just want a kitchen table, a dining room table, you can definitely find great stuff. And you might find things that are going to go up in value, but that's not personally what I'm looking to do. But it has happened. Look here at this picture of what is my husband's desk in our office. I found this at an estate sale, and it came with 6 chairs that I use in my kitchen. I paid $225 for the entire set. This is Hollywood Regency style fretwork mid-century table. I paid $225 and I found the exact one online for over $2,000 in West Palm Beach. So again, I'm not looking to flip it, but if you did want to get into that, estate sales are definitely the place to start. So let's talk about my latest estate sale. This was listed, another thing. So follow your local estate sale companies on Facebook because they'll typically put stuff up weeks or months ahead of time. So that allows you to budget and save up, and you can look at the photos and kind of get a feel for the house, like if it's your style or if it's worth the trip, if it's a little bit of a drive or whatever. But about a month ago, the local estate sale company that I follow, they posted pictures of this house, and it was in a really posh neighborhood. And I said to my husband, November budget is having a line item for this estate sale. And he says, okay, just budget for it and you get whatever you want. So I did. And we're going to go over some of the basics. What to wear at an estate sale. So you don't know where you're going to be. You might be climbing into attics and barns. The stuff might be really dusty and dirty. So definitely don't wear your best stuff. Try to wear some comfortable shoes that you could do the steps, or you're going down the basement, or you might be standing in line for a little bit, depending on what time they open. So dress comfortably. If you know from the photos that you are going to buy something big, like a sofa or a credenza or something like that, try to bring help with you. If not, you can usually pay for it and then come back later with help for yourself. But if you're not buying anything big, definitely have some blankets in your car, clean out your trunk because you never know, you might go for one thing and see something that wasn't photographed and you're just like, I have to have this. So clean out your trunk, make sure you have bags, baskets, blankets to wrap things in, just to get everything home safely. So anyway, I love blue and white. I don't know if I mentioned that already. I inherited this love of blue and white from my mom, and these things here were from my mom. So I saw these 2 bowls in one of the photographs of this estate sale that I just hit last week, right? And I have been really looking for the past, I'd say 6 months for bowls like this while I'm out thrifting. And I just haven't seen any. So when I saw these in the photograph, I thought, okay, I'm going to that estate sale if for no other reason to get these bowls. So you kind of have to know your prices a little bit, and you have to kind of know what you want to spend and what's going to be a good deal and what's completely not reasonable for you. You know, like if you're in the market for a sofa and your budget is $500, well, then this would have been a great buy for you, right? If you think that you could buy a couch for $100, then you're gonna maybe have a little bit of sticker shock. So I saw these bowls, and I got to the estate sale a little bit later than I wanted to because I hadn't gone to the bank the night before, which is something you should definitely do. Go to the bank the night before, and we're gonna talk about money in a second. But I saw these, I go down to the basement, and I was willing to pay up to $45 each, which might sound like a lot for you guys, but they're worth it. And to buy them new, I would very easily be spending that anyway. So when I asked the lady from the estate sale what she was thinking, you know, price-wise, because a lot of times the smaller items are not even going to be priced. So be willing to negotiate. Make sure you're comfortable talking. They are there to negotiate. So don't be intimidated by the process. So I just start off, I said, you know, what are you thinking for the bowls? And she said, $10 each. Okay, straight face, keep a straight face. Okay, yeah, okay, we'll do that. Know when you got a good deal and zip it. Don't try to negotiate any further. When you know you've gotten a deal like that, just smile and say thank you. Okay, so we started off, we're 20 bucks in, okay, right? Then I go up, oh, and these books were on that shelf too. So I said, how much for the books? Because I just thought they were really pretty and I love to decorate with books. She said 20 bucks. And I was like, not really sure, but I'll walk around with them. Don't ever put anything down. If you think you might want it, carry it with you. This is where you need the big bags and the big baskets, because if you put it down, it might not be there when you go back. So while I wasn't willing to spend 20 bucks on the books, I thought I'm just gonna hang on to them, and you'll see why in a second, okay? Tuck it in the back of your head. So I go up to the kitchen, and they had a lot of blue and white stuff in the kitchen. And I got this guy. This is a garden stool that had enough of the original price tag on it that I could see that it was made and sold by the Bombay Company. And this is a company that we used to have here. In fact, my dining room chairs are from there. But they have since gone out of business, and their furniture is actually going up in value, I think because there's a good demand for it. So this was marked $50, and usually things that are in that range are going to have a price tag on it. So it's 50 bucks, which you can't buy these for less than 100, really. So I was really willing to pay 50 bucks. Again, I'm not going to haggle on that one. Now, if you love this exact same one, there is one online currently for sale. I will link it below. You can find it at cherish.com. Cherish is a secondhand online website where you can buy some antiques and great finds. So this is currently on sale on this website for a mere $549. So get it while you can, ladies. So now I've got my books, I've got my bowls, and I've got my things. So really with the bowls and the garden stool, I am 70 bucks in, okay? So I go into the dining room, and she's got all these brass candlesticks. Brass candlesticks are a dime a dozen at antique or estate sales. And most likely in this area where I live, you're going to find Baldwin brass. And they're usually marked on the bottom, Baldwin brass. I didn't really want candlesticks, but these were the smaller of the sets that she had there. And I'm kind of second guessing why I didn't buy the bigger ones too. So I'm working with the same girl because once they give you a price, you kind of want to stick with that person because when you go to purchase everything, they remember what they quoted you. So I said to her, again, no price tag. I said, what do they want for the candlesticks? And she said, $10 for the smaller ones, and I think it was 20 bucks each for the bigger ones. So I was like, oh man. So I pick them up. They're not Baldwin. I have always wanted to use the word prowler on this channel, so let me use it right now. If a prowler comes into my house, guess what they're getting? So these are made by Virginia Metal Crafters. These things are so heavy. I'm not even kidding. They're way better than Baldwin brass. And these are mid-century beehive. I found one on eBay for $49. And I got two for 20 bucks. So now we are up to $90, okay, with what I have. While I'm in the dining room, I passed this pile of linen napkins, and the day before, my mom said to me, oh, I would love to have a nice set of linen napkins for when the girls come over for tea. Well, guess what, Mom? Here they are. So, and I sent a picture, and I sent to my dad. I said, show these to Mom, see if she likes them. And then he shows me a table runner she has that perfectly matches this. I don't even know what I paid for them because we're getting to that point, okay? So now we've got the bowls, the garden stool, the candlesticks. I'm just grabbing stuff as I walk around the house. So there are 14 napkins here total. What are you gonna pay for 14 linen, or these are just cotton? There's two types here. You can't buy that. You can't get this at Target. You can't get this at Marshall's. Like, this is good quality stuff, you guys, for, I don't even know, I can't even tell you what I paid for this because it gets all totaled in at the end. And we've got our books, right? So what about the money part, okay? This is what you need to do. You need to know what the rules of that particular estate sale company, what they use. So the one that I always go to, you have to have cash until $100. And then at $100, they will take debit or credit. No checks. I still have checks. I don't Venmo yet or anything like that. So that was kind of a rude awakening to me when I first went to estate sales, was that I couldn't write a check. So now I know I go to this same company quite often, and I go to the bank and I get $100. Because again, we budgeted in November for this estate sale. I got $100 and I get 1s and 5s and 10s. The reason you want 1s and 5s and 10s is, one, they're always looking for them. And two, you can negotiate, because the last thing you want to do is negotiate down to say $3 and then you hand them a 20 and they're going to be like, dude, you had 20 bucks? So you just give them what you have, okay? So what I'll do is, the reason you just hang on to stuff and you just put it in your bags and you put it into baskets and you walk around is because in the end, you're gonna pay your fixed prices, but then they're gonna kind of bundle it all, okay? So the books that were originally 20 bucks, and then the napkins, I didn't even ask a price about. In the end, she wanted $110 for everything. Well, I knew I had $100 cash in my wallet because I had just gone to the bank. So I pull out my whole wad of $100 and I said, I've got $100. And she said, deal. So for $100, I got all of this stuff, you guys. Timeless, classic stuff that I can pass on to my kids. And even if I decide in 10 years that I hate blue and white, I'm probably going to resell this for at least the $50 that I paid for it. You can't beat that stuff. What are you going to buy at Target? What are you going to buy at IKEA for $100? You can't get out of any store for less than $100. And this is all this great stuff that I got. So I hope that this has encouraged you to shop estate sales. Give it a try. Know when you've gotten a good deal and smile and say thank you. Always be polite. Have cash. Have boxes and things in your car that you can safely transport all your goodies home, and then decorate with all your great new stuff. So stick around. I'm going to show you in the end here how I've actually decorated in my home with my great finds from my latest estate sale. Have a great week. I'll see you next Monday, guys.